Kathy wakes up and changes while still having her shawls and duvet wrapped around her body. She has a step in her house broken, the radiator not working, the roof leaking, and the kitchen messed up. But who can blame a young, heartbroken widow for these things? Driving to the diner, I can see that people care for Kathy and hope she will return to life soon. Kathy visits Mel in Theo's store with some lunch when Mel gives her a red scarf, telling her to go out in the cold and find someone for herself. Kathy walks with the scarf and looks at the snow sculptures. Amidst all the fat conventional snowmen stands tall, a well-built human-like snowman. Kathy jokes that this one must be working out and wraps the scarf around his neck, telling him to keep it. She also captures him on her camera and notices a spark in that snowy eye. Thinking it was nothing, Kathy walks away. At night, this built snowman slowly transforms into a human, a naked human wearing only a scarf. He walks around the place and even waves at an elderly couple, unaware he isn't supposed to be so chill when naked. Looking for clothes, Jack stumbles into the window of Mel's store, breaking it. Jack gets happy and chooses some clothes for himself. The next day, Kathy finds this strange man in a sleeveless shirt talking to Snowman and invites him to her diner for some heat and food. He recognizes Kathy, but she thinks the cold deluded him. Sheriff Hunter is known to overreact to things, so people avoid having him involved in cases. So when he hears the glass incident, he starts making dramatic statements about the scenario and finding the culprit, which doesn't amuse Mel and Theo at all. Kathy names the guy Jack, but doesn't believe his story of being a snowman even after seeing the similarity and how cold he is. She decides to take him to a doctor thinking he has hypothermia and is acting delusional as a result. Hunter and Ed, who are acting exactly like Pontiac Bandit and Charles Boyle in a spin-off, are informed how old Mortimer and Ethel saw the naked guy while walking their dog, making Hunter act like this is a conspiracy right before his promotion, and how he'll take the case seriously as if he isn't already doing that enough. Dr. Dottie uses 2 thermometers and finds out his temperature is minus 30 degrees. Kathy explains what Jack's been saying and shows the photo of the snowman. Dottie tells her that scientifically it might not make sense, but if by any chance this snowman came to life, Kathy could just enjoy it. Jack's sad, innocent face manipulates Kathy into allowing him to live with her. Taking him home, she shows him how to watch TV. Seeing cooking, Jack wants to help Kathy with her work, but she tells him learning takes time. After making him understand that love is not a word he can just use for people, Kathy is about to leave when Jack requests turning off the heater and expresses his gratitude that she was the one who found him amidst this confusing scenario. At the diner, Kathy is talking to Dottie when Hunter comes there, asking about a naked man who was seen running around a night ago and then broke into the shop. Being the rational people they are, they avoid mentioning Jack to that dramatic sheriff. Jack is watching different things on TV with his peak interest. Watching vampires on TV makes him paranoid about having vampires at home, so he checks the house. This makes him go to the basement where he finds photos of Kathy and her late husband Paul. He also sees reports of Paul having cancer. When Kathy gets back home, she looks around for Jack. Finding him, she tells him he needs to lay low for a while for unintentionally breaking the law, since the sheriff will make a big deal out of it. Poor girl also has to explain the term lay low. Jack then gives her the eggnog he made and is currently making pizza for her. Man is a fast learner just from the videos. He then mentions going to the basement and asks her what cancer is. Upon Kathy's explanation, he knows that's what happened to Paul, but the only thing Kathy finds comforting is that Paul didn't have to suffer for long. He used to do home repairs, which explains why Kathy hasn't gotten her home issues repaired since then. The two watch TV as Jack eats his frozen pizza and Kathy her fresh hot one. Seeing Hawaii, Jack wants to visit, but he might melt there. However, Kathy consoles him that he'll find a way to make him hug her. The sweet girl politely tells him she isn't a hugger and then signs off. Jack watches TV a little more, ending up coming across home repair videos. The next morning, Jack is shirtless on the roof, repairing the leaky ceiling when an old lady drives by. She drives back and ends up getting stuck in the snow at the sexy visuals. Jack comes down to help her and gets her car out of the snow. The lady thoroughly enjoys the poor innocent snowman and manipulates him into coming home with her to hang a lamp she just bought. All the her friend old ladies are also sitting and watching him fix the light while Jack doesn't know what's up at all. One of the ladies then invites him to help her at her son's middle school winter dance, to which Jack agrees, forgetting he isn't allowed to leave the house. He then asks them to help her reach Kathy's diner, to which all of them decide to drop him off. Reaching the diner, Kathy gets mad that Jack left the house, and it isn't in her favor that Hunter happens to pass by at the same time. A new face in the small town automatically brings a finger at Jack, so when Sheriff comes in, Kathy says he is a friend visiting. She then goes to bring her stuff while Jack and Hunter talk. Jack is sweating due to the heaters inside and eating ice, making Hunter question why he is eating ice. Jack says he likes it, and then has some ice, making it feel like a competition to Hunter. The two keep having a bunch of ice one after the other till Kathy comes and takes him away. Hunter, being delusional, assumes Jack is sweating in nervousness of interrogation. Only if Jack knew it was an interrogation. When reaching home, Kathy and Jack get into an argument, as Kathy tells him he isn't going to go out, and Jack keeps saying he will because he wants to help people, to which Kathy says she doesn't care. Reaching home, Kathy noticed the ceiling not leaking, the living having Christmas decor, and the broken step was fixed. She knocks on his door and apologizes to him, making him tell her that he doesn't know when he'll turn into a puddle, so he wants to make the most of the time he has. Kathy agrees on the condition that he doesn't travel around without her. Jack starts to become the town's favorite with all his help and friendly behavior at school. He and Kathy also start to enjoy their time together. While driving back from school one day, Jack gets excited to see the glass delivered at Mel and Theo's and tells Kathy he bought it from her computer, unaware that it wasn't a giveaway, but he used the credit card info on her computer. He also runs away when she asks if he bought something else. Contrary to what Kathy kept saying, Jack confesses he broke the window and stole the clothes, but his reasoning and confession are enough for the couple to forgive him. The new glass is just a bonus. Outside, Ed comes to Kathy with the hideous drawing that Mortimer had made about the naked guy and tells her it matches with Jack. Kathy distracts him by sending him to the diner for some food. At school, Jack hears a kid asking a girl out for winter dance and takes notice. He then goes to the station to Ed, where Hunter fools him into taking a picture of his, just so he can match it with drawing. Jack then takes Ed and asks him for help regarding asking Kathy for a date, since he never did that. Ed is happy to hear Jack consider him good-looking and worthy of that question, and helps him. He even teaches Jack how to dance. Back at home, Jack asks Kathy out for the dance, making her laugh, since it feels like a high school date, but she agrees to go with him. Kathy then takes him shopping to buy a suit for the dance. On the night of the dance, Kathy helps him with his bow tie when Jack gives her a snowflake pendant. Well, she technically paid for it, but she is willing to keep that for his gesture when he offers to return it. At the dance, the place is decorated beautifully with the efforts of Jack and everyone else. However, the heaters in the place make Jack put ice on his face. After having a sweet dance with Kathy, Jack also performs a routine he prepared with the kids. Kathy is happy seeing Jack so happy, but soon realizes he is forgetting he is melting in all that rush. She drags him out to the snow, but the happiness and rush of Jack knows no bounds with all the fun he is having. As the two are talking, things soon lead to a kiss, but the moment their lips touch, Jack steps back. Kathy wonders if she did something wrong, but this man made of snow is so warm and sweet. As he mentions, he knows Kathy has felt the pain of being left behind, and he is falling for her enough to not want to put her in this pain again for his selfish desires. Kathy hugs him for being so sweet. The next day, Hunter is in his world looking for evidence when he notices the camera on the ATM. Meanwhile, Kathy has gathered her close ones to her diner for Christmas lunch when Hunter walks there calling Jack a criminal. He then makes a dramatic speech about doing his job and not getting acknowledged, but no one likes his speech. Kathy and others try to stop Hunter, but Jack tells them he committed a crime so he can handle it. Once he leaves, Dottie and Kathy reveal how he is a snowman, but everyone simply accepts this fact instead of questioning them. Little did poor Snowman know that this annoying guy wouldn't turn the radiator down even after seeing him sweat profusely. Hunter also gets more problematic seeing he doesn't even have fingerprints, presuming he burned them off. Kathy comes there, but Hunter refuses to listen to her. She rushes back to see if she has $2,000 for bail. She collects all that she has and goes to Hunter with Ed, but he doesn't accept less money. All the people who are fond of Jack come there and pitch in money, telling him to bail Jack out, but Hunter is disappointing enough to mention 10 shy being less. His son, who Jack helped during the dance, comes along, pitching that money because Jack is a friend. This is the moment of realization, and Hunter returns the money. Ed, Hunter, and Kathy then bring Jack out to the snow, but he just won't wake up. Dottie tells Kathy he is gone, so Kathy kisses him goodbye and takes the scarf to leave. Everyone feels sorrow for Kathy till Jack wakes up. She rushes to him and hugs him when Jack mentions feeling weird. His body temperature is normal, and he is feeling cold, which means he turned into a complete human now. One more story in the fairy tales of a romantic kiss turning away curses. Kathy's life finally feels alive and colorful now. The two of them fix the radiator, and Kathy gets him tickets to Hawaii as a Christmas gift, making them initiate their new beginning with a beautiful trip to Hawaii.